squared off. It was a good life. But here, some people chose to go in this line, and this is represented by these people here. There's 4 of them. The magic number for the Hopi people. This was a semi-good life here. It's still in line with the straight line here. Okay, these are the people that have supposedly taken up with that religion. So they're up here. And those of us that maintained, the ones that are maintaining our cultural activities, this is their representatives here. The Horn of Plenty, and then the Forever Life. Here's another figure here. And he's going to go continue. But for these people here, after this good life here, I don't know how far along we are, but I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. It'll go for a little ways, and then it'll start to be uncertain. They'll start to, waver. They'll realize that maybe that wasn't the right path to choose. So their walk alive will end before forever. Way before. And this is what this whole thing is telling us, that this is the way we should be, to follow that covenant.
Indigos in the native community is very much a phenomenon, but because of the history of what the white people have done with special Native American children, generally what happened was that if a Native American child was deemed as being special, that child was then taken away from the parents and then put in white schools. So there are definitely indigos among the Native Americans.
The children of our culture, as well as other children in the world, are very important to us, because I see a lot of the children that are very smart, and the children are wanting attention. They want to learn, and the children all over the world are teaching our generation and the generation before me the importance of why they are here, and we need to listen to the children.
If we don't begin to heal, there is not going to be no future for our children. It is something that has been foretold to us by our ancestors, our elders, that if we don't wake up and start to work among ourselves in a harmonious way, that our life as Hopi will cease to exist, and therefore our philosophy that what we do here on Hopi for all mankind, for all human beings, for all living things, will cease to exist also. But it's all of us, not only as parents, but people throughout the world, coming together, unifying and bonding together, will make us become balanced again.
We are all human, and we are all very important, especially to Mother Earth. Masao is our creator, and that's who we have to respect. And if we don't, it will turn around and probably discipline us. And the reason why I say that, you look at all these hurricanes, earthquakes, especially in the United States. Again, my grandfather told me that if we misuse our Mother Earth, if we get greedy using Mother Earth, then our Creator will come back to try to remind us to not be greedy of our land, water, whatever it may be.
You know, in our Hopi culture, prophecy says that we're going to live in what they call Koyanis-Kati, and that means a crazy world or craziness.
And right now the world is so out of balance that it is very hard as a parent myself to try to instill that within my kids, because right here on Hopi, we're so out of balance ourselves. It's a sickness that we need to wake up from.
I know that people say that when you're trying to teach kids, "Bye-bye," they say that statement that means, "Oh well," but we can't say "oh well," because there is still hope. We can change it. We have to change it as a people, as a whole. The people need to come back to how we are supposed to be as Hopis, and that's what I see. And I know that the kids really do want that. They really do want to know who they are as Hopi kids.
When we're guiding them to be the leaders of tomorrow, we need to give them the truth. We cannot make stories about what their life should be, but give them everything. Give them the truth. The prophecies tell us that we need to look at our children because they will be the future leaders of our groups, our tribes, our communities, and we need to gear them up so that we need to guide them through their younger lives, give them the best advice we can give them, so that they in turn, when it's their time, can be our leaders in the future.
It can be done, and we must work towards that goal.
The children that are coming in today seem to have more software already downloaded into their systems. They are an evolutionary leap. They are showing us where we are going as a species. And I believe that these children come in with more neural pathways connected, more abilities that we all have, but we've lost over the centuries.
Are we seeing evolution happening? I don't know. But if you have any belief in natural history and the Darwin phenomenon, then you have to say that evolution has to happen. It does happen. We're just so used to it happening so slowly that we don't get to really recognize it.
Those of us that made a big investment in the culture and tried to shift consciousness. We want the children to be that way. Because otherwise our actions aren't justified.
We are in the midst of an unprecedented, huge transformation in human consciousness. And this transformation in human consciousness is reshaping the human experience. It is reshaping it for millions of individuals, and within, in my opinion, just a few generations it will have reshaped the entirety of the human experience. And so it is creating children who are being born with this new expanded perception, and it is expanding the perception of those of us who are already walking upon this earth.
We're watching humans evolve. Just like we've evolved to now having opposable thumbs, we're witnessing the human species evolve into becoming a telepathic creature.
Then we can call it any name we really want to. But it's a phenomenon that is real, it is happening, and I really believe that is because technology and science are changing very fast.
この世の中で一番大事なものというものは方程式でも何でもない方程式でも何て言うんだろうな、難しいそういう説理でも何でもないんだということです。結果的にその一人一人のしかも集合的な市民の、心意識というものが反映されて、それが全ての生命現象を作っているんだよという。
We are pioneers of a new humanity. That doesn't mean that we're better or that we ever will be better. It's impossible to be better. From the perception of the universe, you cannot be less valuable than anyone else or anything else, and you cannot be more valuable. All is precious.
They are our future, and they're here to simply help usher in a new golden age. where love will triumph over fear and awareness will triumph over ignorance.
Walking through the pop universe, my fingers rattle the hourglass aisles. As the time sings in the crossroad of hope, I'm a brush painting for miles. Every letter of the names I sit on just hangs on the family space tree. Which knowledge lock should I pick as Providence chisels a galaxy key? Balancing myself on just one finger. At first I thought that everything was white. From universe to universe, I jump alone just to find out I'm still a child.
The greater event is not the appearance of indigo children, but the birth of an indigo world.
My message as an indigo, as a human being, as a child of God, was probably said most succinctly by Bill and Ted in their excellent adventure, and that is, be excellent to each other.